Hi Sammy Fam, and welcome to our second installment in our Nostalgia Eats series. Tonight we have a suggestion from Zena O'Brien. Zena O'Brien says, Red Baron Classic Crust Pizza is a nostalgic food for me. I used to eat it as a kid with the family for a pizza night. I haven't had it in years. You make me want to get it again. We got the cheese one mostly, but the pepperoni one is amazing too. Well, Zena, I happen to remember that pizza too. We used to have it in my family as well. Let me see if I can find it. Got it right here, guys. Now, I don't know if we had this for pizza night, actually, in my family. We had various kinds of pizza night. We had pizza night where my dad would make homemade pizza. He always liked to make his own crust. And we always did a sauceless pizza. It was usually just like cheese and veggies as a topping, which I really liked. I guess nowadays people would call that like a flatbread. But on nights when my mother was working late, she's a rheumatologist, and although she should be retired, she still works crazy, like 80-hour weeks or something. But back then, there were many a night where she would be working till 8 or 9 o'clock. And as a special treat, my dad would let us kids have Red Baron 4-cheese pizza. And to me, the 4-cheese pizza I thought was just spectacular. I preferred it to the pepperoni at the time. I remember even when I went out to eat, I would get 4-cheese pizza. Look at that. Look at that crust. Nice cracker crust. Their classic thin crust. Let me get a peel. A pizza peel. Now we're going to dress ours up just a little bit. Let's start with a little bit of garlic here. Kind of rub that over. I'll be a little bit fancier than I was as a child. Wow, this is really frozen and in a weird arch. I hope that cooks okay. Got a lot of garlic. Now I got some basil. Put some fresh basil on here. This is going to be the fanciest frozen pizza. Okay, that's too much basil. And we have some of the real stuff, the real imported Parmigiano Reggiano, or however you say it, not just Parmesan cheese. I'm sorry that I said Parmesan so aggressively, but, and kind of in a not okay accent. But I'm from the Midwest, I'm from the South, so I think I can do a Southern Midwest accent and get away with it. Okay, almost done. One last thing. One or two last things. Let's put some of this crushed red pepper on here. Why did they put this kind of top on crushed red pepper? I get that it's because they put it's the same jar for every single thing, so they put the same top on it and just print a different label and put it on the front. But it just doesn't work for this. Why not just, when they're putting this through the line, just tell the machine none of these tops on it, because they don't work. Not put too much. Okay, that's fine. And I like a little bit of ground pepper on my pizza. I don't know if that makes me weird. And I hate this stupid double-sided grinder, because as I grind the pepper, it's grinding salt just all over here, all over my lap at the same time. Sammy Girl's moving in soon, and we're gonna buy all new pepper and salt grinders because this is trash. I hate this. Okay, sorry I got away from the nostalgia trip there. Just got very mad about my salt and pepper grinder. But I'm going to put this in the oven and we'll be back and we'll have a taste of it. Oh, it smells good. It smells like fresh basil. I mean, of course, and garlic. But the garlic, once the garlic cooks. Ooh. Here we go, Sammy fam. Look at this. Looks a little burnt around the edges, but I think that just happens because it was curved in a weird way, like up towards the top of the oven. Crust looks okay. Not quite as crispy as I hope it would come out, but, it's a frozen pizza. I texted my dad that I was doing this while I was cooking, and he texted back to remind me that every Halloween, apparently, we had frozen pizza. And that one Halloween there was a rabid raccoon under the deck that we had to shoot with a pellet rifle. So that's a weird memory. And also, it wasn't just nights that my mom had to work late. It was also, and it may have been more so, nights that my dad was out playing like music gigs because he's a musician, or out working with. He would go and prepare music with the church and stuff. And if my mom was home alone, she's a wonderful, amazing woman, but not much for cooking dinner. Completely understandable. Sometimes we would have a frozen pizza, which secretly, I kind of liked, so I'm okay with it. I did not feel slighted in the least. So let's try this one. Even though I'm alone and I could just eat it as one big thing, and no one would care. I mean, you might judge me, but you're the internet. I don't care what you think. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm still going to cut it up into pieces because it just feels like the right way to eat it, And there we go. Okay. Let's try this out. Guys, it's just lovely. I can taste the familiar flavors of my youth. And for a frozen pizza, the tomato sauce is surprisingly not too sweet. The thing I usually find with tomato products that you buy pre-made in the store is that they always have sugar added to them. But this one, it's not too much. I really like the slight heat of the crushed red pepper. And that fresh, light, kind of cut through everything else flavor. It cuts through the fattiness of the cheese, of the chopped up garlic, and then the basil. Oh, the basil adds so much. I'm so glad I put basil on this. So even if you don't want to make a whole pizza from scratch, just grab a thing of basil and cut up some garlic, and that'll make your frozen pizza a million times better, guys, for real. I'm going to chow down on as much of this as I can. But I want you guys to know, if there's a food that you feel nostalgic about, if you have a great memory surrounding a certain food, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to try it out and do a video on it too. fam, I think I'm going to save the rest of this for later. But thank you for watching. Again, if you have any nostalgic foods of your own, let me know in the comments. I can't wait to try them. Love you guys.